This guy, his name is David. One day, him and his wife Janet had an issue one morning before they left for work. It was a small misunderstanding between them. They were both angry with each other. From David's facial expression, Janet knew he was very prepared to keep malice with her that morning. She was also angry and didn't mind playing along. David stepped out of the house and she locked the door and followed him behind. Since they didn't have a car, they always boarded the same bus to work every morning and ensured they sat together side by side on the bus. But on that day, he didn't want to sit close to her. So he sat in the back seat and she sat in front, just beside a very good looking military officer. The officer glanced at David's wife, admiring her hair and face. Then he told her she was looking beautiful. Janet smiled at him and thanked him. He also smiled back at Janet and asked where she was heading to. All this while, David was sitting behind, listening to their conversation. The military man then asked, "My name is Razak, I'm a military officer, and as you can see from my uniform, I was just posted to Ikeja Cantonment a month ago. Right now, I am heading to my place of primary assignment." Janet nodded her head in response. When the conductor requested for Janet's money for transport, the officer brought out 1,000 naira and said for two. Janet thanked him and smiled. Then the officer continued, "So I will be dropping soon at Oshodi. I am accommodated at the Oshodi barracks. I don't know if it's possible for you to drop by someday and say hello. Can I have your number?" David didn't want to waste any more time. He tapped Janet on her shoulder immediately. She turned her head to see David. Then David asked her, "Hope you remember to put a spoon inside Sam's lunchbox. You know you always forget." Janet was confused, probably wondering who Sam was and why he had chosen to talk to her. Before she could ask any further question, David continued to ask her, "Try to pick him up from school early today. I will be coming home late, and ensure that you cook my favorite meal. You know I like amala for dinner, so that when I return, I will have something very good to eat before I go back to bed." Janet was confused. Then she glanced at the military man and returned her gaze to her husband. She understood what he was trying to do. Then she responded, "Yes, honey." The military man turned and saw David, greeted him and asked Janet, "Is that your husband?" And then Janet nodded her head. The military man also glanced at David again and again, then glanced for the last time and smiled at him. David frowned his face and didn't smile back at him. When they got to David's bus stop, he dropped from the bus and dragged his wife along with him. His wife couldn't stop laughing. While they were about to board another bus, she asked him, "Honey, where is Sam?" Then David responded, "Sam is our future son. Jump on the bus and let's go." She boarded another bus and this time they sat together side by side, and at this time David paid for her transport fare. So the lesson is that when you and your partner have a misunderstanding and you give your partner distance, especially both emotionally and physically, you let the devil occupy that space. He takes your position without your permission and build a home for himself in your place. So you should not let the devil have a place in your life, especially your home. You should always own your own ground. This story is by Anonymous.